right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to be going over how to compare fractions, decimals, and percents. Whenever we compare, we're going to use inequality symbols, the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, or we're going to use the equal symbol. So looking here, we have 71 hundredths, and over here we have 325 thousandths, and we're trying to figure out which one of these is bigger. Now, the biggest mistake that students make is they see, oh, this is long, much longer than this one, so this must be the bigger number. But that's not necessarily the case. We need to make sure that we're looking at place value. Now, since this has 3 numbers behind the decimal, I want to make sure that this one has 3 numbers behind the decimal. It has 2. Let me add one more. Anytime we want to add a filler, we can use a 0. So now this is like saying 710 thousandths, and this is saying 325 thousandths. If we look here in this first place, the tenths place, the 7 is greater than the 3. So this is automatically going to be greater than. Okay, so we would use our greater than symbol. And the nice thing about this one is that we were comparing 2 decimals. Here, they actually want us to compare some shading. So with shading, we need to figure out how many boxes are shaded in this particular one. 1, 2, 3, 4 are shaded. 4 boxes are shaded out of a total of 12 boxes. Now, I do know that can simplify. 4 can go into 4 once, and 4 can go into 12 3 times. So this is 1/3. A third of these are shaded. Over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shaded triangles out of a total of 8. Okay, and if you look at the circle, it looks like only half of it is shaded. And that does simplify to 1/2. So now we have a third and we have a half. Well, a half is going to be greater than a third. So with this, 1/3 is less than 1/2. Okay, 1/2 being bigger. Now for this last one here, we have 21 over 5 compared to 4.25. So we've got a fraction. I kind of want to go ahead and convert that into a decimal to make it a little bit easier to see. So we're going to do some division. So 5 can go into 21 4 times, because 5 times 4 is 20, which means we would only have 1 left over. And we're going to write that over 5, our denominator. Now that we have it written like this, it might be a little bit easier for us to put it in decimal form. So I know 4 is going to represent my whole number. And 1/5 is a benchmark. So you should know that your fifths are kind of like counting by 20s. So in this particular case, 1/5 would be represented with a 2, or you could do 2, 0. That's fine. So this is 4.20. This is 4.25. 4.20 is less than 4.25. So that's how you compare. Sometimes it helps when you convert them to the same type of form, whether you want to compare 2 decimals or 2 percentages. I don't typically recommend comparing 2 fractions. In this particular case, it was a little bit easier. You could have also done a method where you had both of them next to each other. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. This is bigger, so therefore that was bigger. That's another way. They call it butterfly method. You could try that if you wanted to compare 2 fractions.